guys, third location change, third video, third video. Time update, it is 8:30 now. I've been doing this for about an hour and a half. I haven't been finding a lot of books, but I've got something really exciting to announce for this video. Is I've created my own original tag. So excited. I actually researched it, and there was videos with there wasn't really videos with what I wanted to do with the tag, but there was videos of things that related, but it wasn't the same. So my tag is called the Colors of the Wind tag. Not Pocahontas song, I know it is, but I'm taking it anyways. Tag, it isn't a book rainbow or book rainbow scavenger hunt or any color with stuff like that. It is questions and answers from me, but you answer a question based on the properties of a color. And I've researched pretty in-depthly about the meanings of each of the colors, and I made questions based on that information. But anyway, I am excited to do this because it's my first tag, first questions, all original by me. Anyway, let's get started. The first color is red. For the first question, the first question is, name a book or series where the events happening were making you see red. For me, I would have to choose the whole entire series of the Mortal Instruments series, because the first book, things sort of just, things were evolving and you were just sort of learning about the world. But then the next book, things started, then by the rest of the series, things started going downhill. And I was getting so angry with how I was feeling their anger of these terrible things that were happening. And I was just, whoa, I am going in the shadow, in the light, in the shadow. That's the book. I was getting pissed reading this book. I was getting pissed reading this book because I was just getting so angry with all the bad things that were happening to them. It was so terrible. But then the last book happened and things got okay. Color number 2, orange. Name a book that made you really excited when it came in the mail. I know I talked about this series, but one of the books that I was really excited about getting was City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Because seriously, we've been waiting 2 years for this book, and it's so thick. This is seriously one of the biggest things I own. It's just so big. Look at that. That is a big book. But I was happy, I was excited. I did come into reading this series when the first 5 books had already been out, but it was the 5th one had just recently come out, so I was there with the 2-year wait for the next book, because I read these in 2013. Did I read them? Maybe 2012. I think I read them 2012, 2013, but I did have to wait quite a while to get this book, and then I didn't buy it straight away. I don't know why, but it took me a few months to actually buy this, and then it had to come in the mail. And I was so excited. I just dropped everything, started reading this. I think I finished it in about a week, because come on, really, this too big to finish in one sitting. I would applaud anyone who could finish this in one sitting. Okay. The next colour is yellow. Name a book or series that made you just smile when you were reading it. I'm just going to name a book here, but one that I really loved was Forbidden by Siri James and Ryan M. James. I'm really thinking this is a couple that wrote this book. That makes me just smile. But I just the romance in this just made me really happy. I know some things went down in this book. It was a bit terrible what thing happened, but I really just the blossoming of them being friends and then getting closer and closer and closer, and then they got together and then stuff went down. But still, I was really excited about this and it made me really happy. I smiled a lot. I was all Color number 4 is green. Name a book where the main elements happened outside in nature. One, I'm going to choose the Maze Runner because, they're outside in a maze. They didn't really have buildings or anything. And most of the time, the whole book pretty much is just them running in the maze. So There's a lot of outside elements in this book, and they were outside and were like, there's vines. Even though the maze is metal, there was vines on the maze, so it's not completely I think it counts. Next colour is blue. Name a book that made you cry or just really sad. Well, we know with me, I wouldn't have cried, but this book, if you've read it, you know how I'm feeling, and if you haven't, be prepared. That is a legend. I'm sad. I didn't even, it was just, I don't want to even. Anyway, back with the show. Colour number 6 is purple. One of my favourites before blue. A book with a good romance. Da, da, da. Even though it has a love triangle, I loved it. This was one of the last book that I finished, and I'm reading the sequel right now. It's right over there on my bookshelf, looking at me. Yeah. I'm about a third of the way through the second book, and you know, I just loved this one so much, and just froth. Oh my god, I love him. I just love him so much, and like his relationship with Layla just developed so much in this book, and it was just so good. And Zane's just that little person that should go that way, over there. Don't be wrecking my love, because I demote him here. I need it, and I don't know what's going to happen because something bad happened at the end of this book that made me a bit upset. But I have been studying the next one. I had it right there, so I know it got okay, but I was pretty upset. The next colour is gold, because I'm fancy. A book with royalty. I already used the Red Queen card in my last video, so I'm just going to go for the Selection by Kira Cass. And we all know this is a pretty good royalty book, as it's 35 girls trying to win the heart of a prince in a kingdom. I haven't read the rest of this series yet, but it is sitting on my shelf. You know, during the week of the booktubeathon and beforehand, I started about 5 series. So I've read the first book in the Selection. I had read part of White Hot Kiss. I read the first book in Shadow Me. I read the first book in Star-Crossed. Oh, there's another one that I can't think of. I swear there was more. Let me just look. Yes. And I figured out, and I read the first book in the Winter's Curse thing, so I have all the sequels sitting there, and now I don't know which order to go in. And then I have so many problems right now, but it's a Kingdom book. Next colour is white, and I don't care if people tell me if it's a tone or a shade, it's still a colour. If I can see it, it's a colour. And for white, all you need to choose is a simple book. I chose is Hearts in Darkness by Laura Kate. It's a very tiny book. It is legit, how many pages are you? Not even 100 pages, but it's like, it's a bit smutty. Gonna let you know it's got some smut in it. But basically it's about 2 people who are, you know, going along on their days, and then they get in an elevator, and then it breaks down and the lights go out before they see each other. And it's about this is a good book because it breaks stereotypes. Because they don't see each other, so they're in the dark, and as the story goes along, you start learning little things about the people, and like fears and things that happen in their lives, and then they just ended up falling in love. Pretty simple book. And I saw it and I was like, yes, I just didn't know it was going to be so smutty. Yeah. Now the last colour is black. Shade, I know. Colour. A book or series that gets evil the more you read, but you can't stop reading it. The book I'm going to be choosing is Throne of Glass, because in the beginning it's only about really her being an assassin and the competition of her being the king's assassin with the 24 other guys. But then stuff starts happening and evil things start turning up, and then by the 3rd book it's all like, whoa, too much going on, but I'm so invested in this series now that I can't stop. And I've already got to the next book. It's not like I could stop. I got to read, at least got to read the 4th book because I bought it. But definitely this one does get evil as it goes. Well, I hope that you all liked my tag because I had a lot of fun creating these questions. I try to make him not just, you know, like read a book that made you angry, a book that made you sad. Oh, well, I did do that one, but no, it's more like I try to make them more, you know, in depth with the questioning because it shouldn't be like yellow, a book that made you happy, green, a book that, don't know, made you envious that someone else had. Well, anyway, for tagging other people, I'm just going to tag anyone who watches my video. So if you are watching me right now, I tag you to do this tag. And I would love to watch you try. I'd love to see your videos if you did do my tag. It'd make me so excited if someone else did it. It really would. So anyway, I hope you liked my video. See you later.